The Warriors are fighting for their playoff lives, and the intensity is off the charts. After a massive win over the Clippers, Steph Curry and the squad are heading to Phoenix for a do-or-die play-in showdown against the Suns. It is win or go home, with the victor punching a ticket to face the defending champion Thunder this Sunday.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But the uncertainty does not stop on the court, as the roster faces big changes this offseason. De'Anthony Melton has become a major question mark for the front office, with experts predicting he could test the free agent market for a better deal. With his player option looming, the Warriors might struggle to keep him as they weigh their financial future. We are looking back at the heated history between these two rivals that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. The Suns are anchored by the return of Dillon Brooks, a defensive menace who has already proven he can disrupt the rhythm of Golden State. This matchup brings out the absolute best and worst in both teams as they battle for conference supremacy. Finally, the biggest story of all might be happening behind the bench as rumors swirl regarding Steve Kerr. If the legendary coach does not return, the organization is reportedly eyeing potential successors like Terry Stotts, Jerry Stackhouse, or even Billy Donovan to lead the next era. We are tracking every update on this developing story, so make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to never miss a beat. Are the Golden State Warriors truly immortal, or is the clock finally striking midnight? Welcome back to the channel. After surviving an absolute barn burner against the Clippers, the Warriors aren't headed for early vacation just yet. Instead, they're staring down a win-or-go-home showdown against the Phoenix Suns this Friday. The stakes: a final ticket to the playoffs and a date with the defending champion Thunder. If you're a basketball fan, this is exactly the kind of high-wire drama we live for. Let's look at the matchup. Steph Curry looked vintage in that 35-point masterclass against the Clippers, proving that when the lights are brightest, the greatest shooter in history is still the biggest threat on the floor. But the real question is sustainability. Can Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford provide those massive, heavy minutes again to support him, or will the physical toll of this late-season surge catch up to them? And then, there is the X factor, Dillon Brooks. The Suns are a different beast with him back in the lineup. His defensive intensity is a nightmare for a Warriors squad that has been notoriously loose with the basketball all season. When you look at the stats, Phoenix forces turnovers at an elite level, and Golden State is prone to cough-ups that could easily be the difference between moving on or heading home. Historically, the Suns have had the Warriors' number in the postseason, winning all 3 of their previous playoff series. Of course, that was a lifetime ago, but the narrative tension here is thick enough to cut with a knife. Phoenix is tough, defensive-minded, and desperate, while Golden State is riding the momentum of pure veteran experience. Who are you taking in this final play-in battle? Drop your prediction in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all our post-game breakdowns. In a game defined by small margins, sometimes it's not the team with the most talent that wins. It's the team that refuses to make the final mistake. Ever wonder what happens when a bargain bin find suddenly becomes a luxury item? That is the exact dilemma the Golden State Warriors are facing with De'Anthony Melton. You see, Melton was arguably the smartest signing the Dubs made last year, giving them elite defensive intensity for pennies on the dollar. But here is the kicker. His current contract is a total non-starter. We are talking about a $3.4 million player option that is frankly insulting for a guy who just proved he is back to full strength after that brutal ACL tear. Let's be real for a second. Melton didn't just survive this season, he thrived. Despite a shooting slump from deep, he brought that gritty, high-IQ basketball that made him a staple in Memphis and Philly. He played 49 games, locked down on defense, and showed he is the ultimate glue guy. But in the NBA, production always comes with a price tag. The word on the street is that Melton is ready for a real payday, a multi-year deal, likely landing him the taxpayer mid-level exception. That is double the money, and double the security he currently has on the table. So, where does that leave Golden State? The reality is harsh. Outside of Steph Curry, nobody's seat is safe. The Warriors are staring down a massive checklist of free agents, and with the team struggling to prove they are genuine title contenders rather than play-in tournament hopefuls, money talks. Why take a discount to chase a play-in spot when you can get a long-term bag elsewhere? It feels like the writing is on the wall, and the Warriors' depth chart is about to get a whole lot thinner. Do you think Melton is worth breaking the bank for, or is it time for Golden State to cut their losses and look elsewhere? Smash that like button, subscribe for more daily Dubs updates, and remember, in the NBA, loyalty is great, but financial security is usually the one calling the shots. Buckle up, basketball fans, because the hardwood was absolutely electric this Thursday, February 5th, 2026. We witnessed a clash of titans as the Golden State Warriors squared off against the Phoenix Suns in a showdown that lived up to every bit of the pregame hype. From the opening tip, you could feel the intensity radiating off the court. This wasn't just another mid-season matchup, it was a statement game. The energy in the arena was palpable as both squads traded blows, turning the game into a high-octane chess match of speed and precision. Every possession felt crucial, with stars from both sides hitting impossible shots and defensive rotations that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The ebb and flow of this game showcased exactly why the NBA remains the pinnacle of professional basketball. The sheer talent on display was staggering. As the final whistle blew, the dust settled on a performance that reminded us why we love this game. It was a roller coaster of momentum swings that tested the mental fortitude of every player on that floor. If you missed a single minute of the action, you missed a masterclass in modern basketball strategy and grit. Did you catch the game-defining play in the final minutes? Drop a comment below and let me know your take on who actually controlled the tempo tonight. As we look ahead, remember that every game this season is a piece of a much larger puzzle, and tonight, both teams showed us exactly how high the stakes really are. Stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll see you at the next tip-off. Could the golden era of the Golden State Warriors be reaching its final chapter? For nearly a decade, Steve Kerr has been the architect of a dynasty, but as contract rumors swirl, the unthinkable is becoming a legitimate talking point. What happens if Kerr and the Warriors finally part ways? If this truly is the end of the Kerr era, the front office is looking at their first coaching search since 2014. It is a massive transition, and the list of potential successors is as intriguing as it is diverse. We have internal favorites like lead assistant Terry Stotts, who already knows the roster inside and out, and Jerry Stackhouse, whose transition from Vanderbilt gives him that rare blend of star-level experience and player development expertise. But then, you have the wildcards. Could we see a veteran heavyweight like Doc Rivers pulled back into the fold to mentor the remaining legends? Or perhaps an outside-the-box move for someone like Tiago Splitter, whose grit in Portland has turned heads despite shaky ownership situations. Even names like Florida's Todd Golden, who has ties to the Lacob family, are circulating as potential long-term pivots for the franchise. Then, of course, there's the nostalgia factor. We've all seen the chatter about a Mark Jackson reunion or even an outside-the-envelope dream like Andre Iguodala stepping into the hot seat. But if the Warriors want a proven commodity, keep your eyes on Billy Donovan, fresh off his time with the Bulls, or rising stars like Micah Nari and Chris Quinn, who have earned their stripes as some of the league's most respected assistants. The reality is that replacing a culture setter like Kerr is nearly impossible. The Warriors aren't just looking for a tactician, they're looking for a bridge to whatever comes next for Stephen Curry and the organization. So, tell me in the comments, if you were Joe Lacob, who would you give the keys to the kingdom? Smash that subscribe button and stay tuned, because if the Warriors decide to hit reset, the league is going to look very different next season. Sometimes, the end of a legend is just the setup for the next great story.